What's up, y'all? So, I wanted to share something and have your thoughts on it. Now, I know that everybody is not going to agree with me when it comes to this because I am a bit of a conspiracy theorist. However, a lot of my theories are being proven to be right or have some form of a true basis to it or a factual basis to it. So, the other day, not the other day, but a couple days ago, I was talking to a couple friends about the whole Predator Alien movies. And yo, not for nothing, but I always looked at the Predators like them niggas was black, okay? They have the locks and everything. They seem very intelligent. And if you check out the way they walk, yeah, they be on it. So I was, I haven't watched them in a minute, and I really need to catch up with the series of it, not series, but the movies of them, just to refresh my mind when it comes to it, because I was, trying to figure out when did Predator and Alien actually have their first encounter together and get together. So if you believe anything about the Anunnaki, them motherfuckers, like, when you watch or look up stuff on the Anunnaki, and if y'all want, I can post the whole series. They have a 1 through 4 series on it where it actually talks about where we actually came from. This is just what I believe. You don't have to agree. But and it's very, it's in line with what it says in the Bible, but the way that they try to make it, when they wrote the Bible, they try to make it seem as though that's the truth, and it actually comes from where the real story is about where we came from with the Anunnaki. The thing that got me with them is that when you know the Anunnaki story and how they talk about how we got here, how we are hybrids, some of our DNA is mixed with Anunnaki to be able to have intelligence, because we basically were created to be slaves for the Anunnaki. But then one of them decided to kind of fight for us so that we could have our own independence. But they came here and they taught us how to do different things, and because of that, we began to put them in this place of worshiping them. When you go back and watch the timeline story for the Predator versus Alien, don't you know they say the same shit about them motherfuckers when it comes to the Predators? That they came to this earth, they were the ones that seen us, they helped us, they showed us how to build and do different things, and then in turn we began to worship them or look at them as gods. They showed us how to build the pyramids and different things like that, and then we would give ourselves to them as a sacrifice. When you watch the movie with Sana Lathan, Alien versus Predator, you kind of see where a lot of this is depicted, where the people end up coming, because the Predator, it's almost like a rite of passage that they have to come, they have to conquer the alien, and that's where they come to do the little fighting thing, and it happens once every so thousand of years, whatever. But the pyramid that they were on, I believe that, and this is where you actually have to pay attention to go back and watch the whole series movies of Alien from the beginning and Predator, and then see where they come together, because there's stories of each in both of the movies. And also Prometheus, which is the movie that we actually were talking about, which goes to the beginning too, about how they came about and stuff like that. And then there's the second Prometheus, but it's not called Prometheus 2, it's called Alien Covenant. And then I think there's even another one after that, but it gets into the backstory. But when you watch Alien versus Predator, you see that they're there, they do this whole fighting thing, but what happened was, somewhere along the line, one of the aliens decided to be sneaky and stay there, and in one of the parts of the temple, they just started laying all these eggs. It was like a mother alien started laying all these eggs to basically take over and outnumber the predator when they would come. So my point is, we've been lied to for so long, but now again, it's coming to this time where there's truth is being revealed. And for those that are the elite, that are in control of the way that things happen, they're like the power that be. They have kept this stuff from us, but they put things in movies so that we can't say that we weren't told. Which is why when you watch the series of The Matrix, that also is dealing with the real reality about living in a what's the word I'm looking for? We're living in a matrix system, in a world that is begins with an S, y'all. What the heck? It's just a fake world that we live in. And the word matrix is in the Bible. If you look it up, you can Google it and see that's where the word came from. But we have been told all kind of things, and now, like I said, coming into this age of truth, things are coming out. And that was one of the things that I never put together, the fact that, because I didn't like really look into the whole thing or watch it, but now I'm connecting the two. The story of Predator and Alien, especially Predator, is our story of how we actually got here, based off of the Annunaki. And if you watch the story on the Annunaki, the movie for it, where it talks about them from in the beginning and what happened and how they came here, how they found us and stuff like that, how the real Garden of Eden actually was, and how we were created. Like, yo, it's crazy. But basically, this is the story of Predator and Alien, how we ended up getting here. And like I said, everything that they want us to know about what's real, they put it in the movies. But because the religious world is so caught up in believing the Bible, I think, and that's kind of carried over into what we've been taught as far as how we actually got here, because not a lot of people believe in the whole Darwin theory. But people will find it very hard to believe that we actually came here or were created as an intelligent species with our DNA mixed with an alien species, the Anunnaki. They would really find it hard to believe. But I'm going to tell you, they do not hide anything from us. Everything that they want us to know, even like some of the movies that they talk about where there's these portals. I think it's a one movie called V or Vendetta, something like that. I might be saying it wrong. But they talk about these portals all over. And y'all know that they have this place that they created called CERN. And the statue that they have in front of this building looks like one of the goddesses that has all the arms, and she's on the side like this, right? And she's in this circle, which the circle basically represents a portal. And they are in this place they discovered this new portal, and they're just trying to do some things and try to figure out what's going on with it. But the thing is, they don't know what kind of things they could be bringing back, how they could really be fucking with time and stuff like that. But there's a whole lot of things that people do not take as being real or having any kind of truth to it, that we need to start opening up our eyes and paying attention, y'all. If you really want to know where you came from, how you were created, being here and so forth like that, look into the whole Anunnaki story. and then go and watch the movie Predator and Alien, and you will start to see some shit. You will see the parallels between the two. There's just a whole lot of things that are starting to become uncovered, but we have to open up our eyes. And like I said in the previous video, we are in a time of awakening, having understanding, knowledge. This is why the Bible talks about knowledge will increase in the last days, or in those days, because we are coming to a time, more and more into a time where people are seeking the truth, and the truth is being exposed. We're seeing that all over the place, especially when it comes to people like Cat Williams and exposing people like Oprah, Diddy. You see all this shit that's happening with him, all these different things, and I know Jay-Z is going to follow, all the people that he's tied up with. Things are starting to come out. And if you are, I won't say if you're smart, I'm not going to, insult your intelligence, but if you have any type of curiosity, real curiosity, you will go and check out some of this shit and see what I'm saying and put the pieces together. So I just wanted to share that because it was something, like I said, that I love those movies, and I never really paid attention to it when they talk about it. But if you want a brief synopsis of it, YouTube, the timeline history between the Predator versus Alien, all those movies, it'll be like a half-hour thing that you can watch, and then watch a story on the Annunaki in terms of how we ended up getting here, and you will see how the two stories coincide together. They got to put that shit out there. The shit is real. You can believe it if you want. To me personally, I think that that's a little bit more believable than to think that we came here and all these millions of people were created from only two people. Because in the Bible, when it talks about Cain killed Abel, but Cain ended up leaving and he married some lady from the land of Nod. Well, where did this bitch come from? Because I never heard anything in the Bible where Eve had some other kids before or even after she had Cain and Abel. They only really talk about them two. Now, I'm sure they probably had others, but she had to be younger than Cain. So now if she's that young, how the hell does she go off somewhere and he finds her to be able to marry her? And even still back then, that's just fucking nasty. But my point is, I always wondered about that. Where did this other chick come from? And how did they know that there was this other city or other place called Nod when they were the first ones there, the so-called only ones there, and they were in this place called Eden? When you watch the story of the Annunaki, they actually tell you what Eden actually is, and it basically was a laboratory place that was created by the Anunnaki where they were doing things to create us, and it was a breeding ground. So the people that were there were only allowed to create or have sex at a specific time. Just like when you look at the animals, they have like a so-called mating season, and that's what it was for us at that time. And the laboratory was guarded by specific beings that would not just let the others in for certain reasons. And that's the same thing like the Bible talks about when Adam and Eve got kicked out of the garden, that they put two angels there that had a sword, and how they would go back and forth to guard the entrance to the Garden of Eden. Y'all need to do your research and not just be satisfied with the status quo of the bullshit out here that you hear, and believing that one story is the only story, and that story is the actual truth. Do some research. That's all I'm saying. So use your brains, y'all. We can figure this thing out together. So anyway, I just wanted to share that, but check it out because, like I said, I just found it to be very, very interesting. And again, if y'all want some extra information on some stuff, y'all know that y'all can hit me up in the comments, okay? Because that's what I'm here for. Peace.